Hello everybody and welcome back to Stellaris, where we just lost an engagement over here. And ultimately, that was my own fault. I was not expecting them to come through this gateway in that level of force, and I should have just let it happen. We jump drived in and came in kind of one at a time, and it was not well managed, that's for sure. So we lost that encounter, and I mean, we did a lot of damage to them, but it was not handled super well. We're going to have our fleet back in about a year here. Granted, 5 of our fleets. Or is that 4? Let's see here. This one doesn't really count. So yeah, now we took heavy losses, that's for sure. You'll notice that we are currently quite a lot higher on our alloys, and the reason for that is because I went through our bastions here, and I canceled a bunch of Twilight's Judge class defense platforms that were being constructed in a bunch of these locations. So I actually overdid it a little bit. Although, how much do we need? Okay, this is fine. I was going to say I overdid it a little bit, but this is actually okay because we can spend 32,000 here. Now, the reason I would have overdone this if it hadn't have been like this and I would have queued more back up is because if we get rid of that, it doesn't really matter. But if we look at when we're going to get these back, we're going to get them back in about 16 months. For the soonest. That means we would have been overcapped next month. So we're definitely going to want to hit this reinforce all button. Now we can't reinforce all of these because not all of our ships are back, but we'll get the ones that we can, and that'll bring us down to 38k. That'll buy us a little time, and if we're looking like we're going to cap and we don't have anything to spend those queue ups on, and we got quite a number queued up, so that's great. If we're able to cap before they come back, and I believe that we will be able to, then we'll definitely have to queue some of those back up, just so that, like, we'll use it as temporary storage, if that makes any sense. So the Nephrite requires orders. It did take some pretty heavy damage. Honestly, I think I want it to jump drive to Yon and push over to Coder. Now, it will have to get reinforced, so maybe actually we should just fly over this way. And actually, the Nephrite is here as well. Yeah, go ahead and just fly over this way for the moment. That'll be fine. Now, what they're going to do over here, I don't know. They're probably going to try to take back some of this over here, which they absolutely can do. That's fine. They can do that. I'm not too concerned about it. Now, we do need to hop up into our jobs up here. This Forge World requires a job. We're absolutely going to need more alloys, so we're very happy putting a Forge in. We're doing okay on energy credits for right now. That will likely change later on, but that's because of all of the losses that we took, which is completely fine. And also, it bears noting, that was not good for our war exhaustion, but it's fine. So this foundry station here, this is not a foundry station. I don't know why this is classified as a foundry station. This is a research station. The only thing that we can upgrade here is the Site Revitalization Center. For right now, we'll go ahead and do that. Okay, what else do we have in our jobs here? This Agri World has a mineral purification plant. Okay, sure. But we're going to go ahead and put in a food processing facility. This Agri World, we're going to put in an agriculture district. Cool. And that should do for now. So actually, some of these with the upgrades, the edicts, are up over 300k. That's very impressive, actually. I didn't expect that, but sure. Okay, so at this point, we expect them to take the offensive, right? Because they just defeated a number of our fleets over here. So what is their plan going to be? Come out over here and attack Theglin and Roskin? I mean, they kind of can't. They can come up over this way, I suppose, but there's not much there. They could come out over this way. There's not much there. They could come out over this way. They'll have to go through an Axidor, which they can do, but they'll take losses. And they can come out over this way, or this way. Okay. Alternatively, they might go a different direction entirely. For right now, I think we're just going to continue doing what we're doing. These guys are ready to attack Mathrop, so let's go on in there. We've got 38,000 minerals ready to go here. We're making over 3K per month. Oh, we need to bump up to fastest speed. There we go.
Our starbase is lost.
Apparently we're losing starbases. I'm not sure exactly where that is, but sure.
All hands, fire at will.
Fire at will indeed. Okay, so where is this? They're attacking Ishtram. Okay. Fair enough. Actually, it's surprising that they're going to beat this, but since they're going to beat this, we are going to cancel all of these defense platforms here to get the alloys back. Now, we're very close to capping. This defense platform will finish in 3 days. I guess we'll let that finish to try to do some damage to them. But Ishtram is going to fall. So we're going to need a fleet to come up over this way soon enough. We can repurpose one of these fleets, most likely, to do that. That'll be okay. And we do need to put these alloys into a store somewhere. So where are we going to store those alloys? We're going to store them in these stations here. So we're going to queue these alloys back up over this way until we're down to somewhere around... We need a lot in Earl Station, but there we go. Somewhere around, I don't know, maybe 35k? Maybe a little bit more here. That one's capped. Okay, sure. We'll call that good. 36k is good enough. So that's fine. And we've analyzed some debris. That's fine. Now, this starbase up here, as I said, we're going to lose it. I'm pretty sure. I mean, we've done a lot of damage to them, but yeah, we do lose it, as expected. So, like I said, it's not surprising that they're going to be taking the offensive here for a bit. These guys are heading over to Pharathon. That's fine. Let's hop on down over here. The Topaz requires orders, and the Topaz and Diamond finished up over here. So we're going to immediately send the Topaz down to Strom. This is a choke point here that they can't push past. So that's fine. And then we're going to have the Diamond work on gathering like this hexagon over here. Although I feel like there's a more optimal way to align this. The lack of a hyperspace lane here makes it quite difficult, actually. So we'd have to do... We'd want to end in Satatoni, right? And hit every single one of these. That's not possible to do without backtracking, I don't think. So we would need to do something like that. It's not perfect, but it'll do. Now, the silver took some damage over here. That's fine. We'll grab Orthama and Mauthula over here. And we'll reinforce what ships we can. We are pumping the ships out right now, so that's perfect. Absolutely fine. Excellent. We're going to need a lot more. We're going to need a whole lot more. Now, we can see that they've attacked over this way. We're going to immediately bail with this science ship, and it's going to come up over this direction. Actually, it's just going to come in over here, and then we'll queue it up like so. Cool. There we go. So, I mean, they're going to hit this station. They're going to take some losses taking back these stations, and that's okay by us. That will buy us some time, and we're hoping that they're not going to get too awfully aggressive here. Now, this is only partly occupied by us. We've landed here. We need to land here. Cool. The Topaz requires orders, and it jump drived down over here. So its first order is going to be to head over to Parvis, although... Oh, we're in a lag tick right now. So it'll head over there as soon as we get caught up. In fact, there we go. Beautiful. And by the time it gets there, it should pretty much have that jump drive cooldown gone. But we're going to take back Ishtram eventually. Okay. So we're just watching for incursions at this moment. 35 to 26 isn't that bad.
Our landing party has reached enemy shores.
Perfect. Okay.
The station is under attack.
Let's see. Where is this station under attack? Oh, actually, that's Space Elf? Yes. So that's up over in Ishtram. Not an issue there. And then this is over in Sasson. Yes, we expected this. This is fine. Not a big problem there. Pirate station has been raided. Okay, cool. I don't recall there being a pirate station, but sure. That'll do just fine. We're going to head into Pharathon. keep in mind this is a defensive war for us, so that's fine. We're at 79 influence right now, and the silver requires orders. Its orders will be to push up to Pulkor. Yes, that will be fine. The Bronzite also requires orders. It will come down over here. That's a 131k, and Bronzite is at 149 strength right now. It will improve, so that's fine. Now, it's currently 2599.10, so we should be getting a 2610. Right. Yeah, that's going to be a thing. So we're going to need to spend a few more alloys, and for now, let's go ahead and go for leader lifespan. We're in a lag tick right now, but we'll get there in a moment. Reinforce any ships that we can to spend down some of these alloys. We want to be close to capped when these guys come back. But we also don't want to be capped, if that makes any sense. We've got about a year at this point, so how many alloys do we need to spend? If we've got a year, then it's going to be, what, 3,000 times 12? So that would be, like, 36,000? Okay. At this point, I think we may have made too many alloys to get these all queued up, but we do need more defense platforms here. One more defense platform. Actually, we are short on dark matter. That's what's stopping us from queuing up more of those. So we're actually going to buy in 500 dark matter. Okay. There we go. Now we can spend down some of this. Beautiful. So I think at this point... Let's see. That's maxed. That's remaxed. We'll call that good. We're at 22k. That should be fine. Fantastic. Let's check in on jobs real quick. Admirals are gaining traits. Yes. So in this Forge world, we absolutely want to do that. There we go. And our army just successfully invaded. I thought the game was paused, but apparently not. This agro world here requires a job. Easy enough. We'll just put in an agriculture district. And that's it. Okay. So, our army over here. This is now fully occupied. This is also fairly exposed over this way. I'm wondering if maybe we want to come out over here and land on, like, Farathan. Now, in order to do this, we would definitely want to come in over here, manage claims, or rather just make claims. This is actually lacking claim, or lacking influence for claims. Why is this one going to be so much more expensive? Oh, because there's a colony there. Okay, fair enough. Well, we'll come back to that. The Bloodstone requires orders, and its orders are probably to hit Chigris. That's 100k, so we're going to take losses there. That's fine. Now remember, if we need alloys, we can go back into these bastions over here and get them back out. This is a long scroll. There we go. We're only using these right now as stores of alloys. That's our primary purpose for those. So that's the idea there. We're going to head on in. And we're just immediately shredding the armor of this station. Beautiful. Yeah, no problem whatsoever here. We are taking a couple of losses, but let's hop down. Oh, we have an autosave. Okay, let's hop down here. The Silver Saphite requires orders, and it does also need reinforcement. Its orders are going to be probably to head to Raprix to contain this entire area over here. We will need Ginnigan as well. How strong is Raprix? Only 23k. That's not very strong. Head on in. Perfect. So we do see a number of enemy fleets heading down over here. We also see them starting to attack over this way. This is unsurprising. And that's reasonably fine. I'm actually thinking 178k. Okay, yeah, that's a big station there. We'll hold off on that for the moment. Now, as far as Parvis goes, we want to push up to Ishtram. So we'll go ahead and do that. Now, they have two fleets there, about 70k. So we can't actually take that on. We still have 48 days on our jump drive, so we're going to call in reinforcements, and we're just going to sit here for the moment. The Bloodstone requires orders, and it will push in Trinaka. How strong are you? Not tremendously. Beautiful. So our fleets will be back in about 8 months. Well, they're going to trickle back. They're going to trickle back. But that's okay. The Silver Saphite requires orders, and its orders are for now. I wish that there was a connection here or here. Sadly, there isn't. We're going to backtrack, and we're going to push in not like that. It would be much better to push in like this. Okay, there we go. The Diamond requires orders, and it has cleaned up this whole area. It will push up to Zatar. Wonderful. So we need to respond to this. And we're going to utilize the Bronzite here to do that. So the Bronzite Saphite, it's entering orbit. It needs to reinforce, and we'll go ahead and tell it to do so. And then, after that, I think we need to come down to Suskot's Maw. That would take 120 days. This station should be safe. They can't take this station. So they're likely to head up this direction. But they can't take Abaka either, and they also can't take Tremas. So there's not that many locations they can go over here. Cool. This is a little bit more dangerous up this way. But that's okay for the moment. The Bloodstone requires orders, and it will continue pushing in over this direction. We do require additional reinforcement. And that's a 60k versus a 38k. So we're probably going to hit this 38k Citadel first. Now then, we lost our orders over here because they took back the black hole. That's not super shocking. We're going to use Light's End then and head over this direction. There we go. That's an awkward path to take, but sure. So the Diamond is engaged in combat in Zatar. We're not expecting that to be difficult. Perfect. Okay. The Topaz and the Diamond now require orders. The Topaz is still reinforcing. Its jump drive is off cooldown now. These two are still just sitting in Ishtram. I think we're going to wait for the Topaz to get its ships back. It doesn't actually need all that much. Fleet is at full strength, so these are reinforcing as we speak. So that's fine. The Ruby is going to join with the Nephrite and attack Coder. Okay. And the Topaz, of course, is reinforcing. The Diamond is reinforcing as well. For the moment, this seems okay. Now, if we were to status quo right now, we would be giving up a few locations. Down here, I think. We can't status quo right now, obviously, because there's minus 78 reasons, but that's fine. We've definitely proven a few things. What those things are is that we shouldn't underestimate the Federation, but also they shouldn't underestimate us. I feel like we're giving better than we're getting overall. Like, we're primarily attacking them. They are not primarily attacking us. They have come up over here with a 92k fleet. But we're already on our way over there, and I mean, they're going to take this station. Which means that they get access to this gateway. But we will be arriving very quickly. Focusing arrays are done, and we are going to grab energy weapon attack speed next, absolutely. The Topaz is up to 216. The Bloodstone is going to head into Alyssa. The Diamond is reinforcing. So that's all good. We only have a couple months left until our fleets come back. We're banking alloys for the moment, although we can continue to reinforce the fleet. I don't think that's going to be too expensive. We're in a lag tick at the moment, so I guess while we're doing that, we may as well come up to this tech world, upgrade that, and just go through our jobs. No reason to not do this right now. Anything else we need here? Yes, this Forge World, actually. That's really solid. We are very happy about getting more alloys. And there's a number of colonies here that finished up as well. So this one, we of course need to put in a gene clinic, as well as a city district. And this one will be finishing up, like, immediately. Next month. Okay. Well, we're still lagging at the moment, and we will head in eventually. Okay, no more lag. Fantastic. So off we go. And we are building quite a lot of ships. Remember, we're building at double speed right now because we're in a defensive war, technically.
We have taken their planet.
Okay, so no, come on up here. I want you to attack Rimborth. Get up there. Perfect. So, we've got a number of these that are in need of things. The Diamond, they are still getting themselves reinforcements. 85k? Okay. I think we'll continue to wait on the reinforcements. We're getting much closer to wanting to attack Istrum. The Ruby Saphite can get reinforcements here. Oh, we spent like all of our alloys. Whoops. I didn't necessarily mean to do that. 86k, we're going to come down here with the Ruby. The Nephrite is, of course, in the same location. We're going to continue to reinforce them and head up over this way. There we go. Yeah, we currently don't need to reinforce anything, but we're going to need to very soon. These fleets will be coming back.
A new colony has been founded.
And here's that colony. So we're going to get gene clinics and a city district there. Cool. This unification center requires a job. And we're going to put in a Ministry of Production. There we go. Excellent. So we're going to need to cancel a bunch more bastions. Or rather, a bunch more defense platforms, most likely, as we get close to getting our ships back. They will be back soon-ish. This gateway construction site is now ready. We will... Do we want to upgrade this? I'll do it, but I'm not necessarily happy about it. That's the answer. Now, these guys, how exactly did they get there? They must have jump drived. Interesting. So, yeah, they brought reinforcements in over here. I'm not super surprised about that, and that did push the Bronzite out of there. Once I knew that this gateway was falling, this was the way this was probably always going to be. So, we need these guys at this point to jump drive over, like, here. And once they're here, this is fully occupied. Maybe we go to Sigma Draconis instead. And land there. We don't want them to catch this force. Okay. So the Topaz, they're very close to being ready. But they're not quite there yet. So let's just go ahead and wait on getting some of these ships good to go. We're going to definitely continue to attack over here. The Nephrite has finished grabbing this territory. Perfect. So they're going to come down this direction for the moment. In fact, maybe they're going to come over here. 174, we already looked at that. 86 is a lot easier to stomach right now. So we'll come over this way and join up with the Ruby. Okay, the Silver is down over here. We want to push up over this direction for the moment. Now, we'd love to take Pash. That's going to be complicated because of the gateway. We should consider that they're going to send reinforcements through the gateway. That's pretty likely. So the Diamond is in position up here. The Topaz is in position over here. And in fact, the Topaz should attack Istrum now. There we go. The Ruby is waiting for the Nephrite to show up. And next month is when we're going to start to see them return. Cool.
Engaged. Give them a broadside.
So, where are we currently engaging them? Over here in Istrum? Yeah, sure. So we're going to immediately eliminate this fleet. This is not going to be a problem. We're going to eliminate that without the station being too big of a deal. There we go. And then we're going to take our station back, and we'll chill here and reinforce. That'll be just fine. Excellent. So that is back under our control. We will enter orbit and reinforce that fleet. Perfect. The Topaz is... They didn't actually take all that much damage, in all honesty. How strong is this? That's probably a shipyard. That's going to be important for us to hit. So the Ruby is going to head with the Nephrite here in a moment. The 30th fleet just came back. That's fine. So we're going to head into Damia in a moment here. In fact, as of now. Fantastic. And there's the gold. We're going to move the 30th and the gold together. And then this is going to immediately need to have shipyards available. So we're going to have to kind of fight our way out of here. It's kind of an awkward place to go. We could jump drive to Zolbox Maw. Yes, I think that's good. And with that, it is time to put a cut in here. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, we're going to rebuild these fleets and start going back on the offensive. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings. And I will see you all next time.